watching Medfield TV, community shows.
Welcome to Live Your Passion. I'm your host, Alex Stephen from Life Transforming Treasures. On Live Your Passion, our guests shared their stories and challenges and how they embraced and overcame them. Hopefully, you can use some of their wisdoms to help you on your journey. You can go to my website at alexstephen.com to get your free 7 keys to your dream lifestyle. I'm an author, a speaker, and a life transformation coach. This morning, my guest is JoAnne Young. Welcome, JoAnne.
Thank
and
you,
have you
Alex.
introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, nice to see everybody today. Thank you for having me on, Alex. My name is JoAnne Young, and I'm an intuitive counselor and an empowerment specialist. So what I want to do is help people live the life of their dreams, similar to what you do, Alex, in different ways.
Yeah.
But you can check out my website at JoAnneWoodsYoung.com.
Yeah, so welcome, and I know we'll have a nice conversation this morning, and
Yes.
you do a TV show
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
So and I'll be there soon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, some of the challenges you had shared with me. I think was in your college years,
Yes.
when you felt a sense of just burnout and going around and. So tell us a little bit, give us a little background about that.
So I would say, if I look back into my college years, that's probably the time that I was the most stressed out.
Yeah.
I had a lot of anxiety. I was always worried about the future. I couldn't even imagine living in the day because I was constantly worried about the future, worried about what I was going to do for work, how was I going to pay my bills. I mean, I had a perfect life in college. These were all fears and worries that I created. So when I graduated college, I had some skills. I learned some coping skills, to get through that anxiety, but I was still very much driving myself constantly. I was working all the time. Sometimes I had 3 jobs. I would just be always working, always trying to get ahead. To what? I do not know. So it was like chasing the carrot.
Yeah.
I was very stressed out, and I was always ruminating on the negative. If I look at it now, at the time I didn't realize that. But even today, as I was driving down here, I was thinking about how I used to just drive. I had a job where I drove around in my car to get to different stops. I was working for Ralph Lauren Fragrances, and I was an account manager, so I'd go to all the different stores, and all day long in my car I would ruminate negatively. So now my life is so different. It's
so
all
different.
Positive.
Yeah.
It changed everything. So
Yeah. So some of the experiences you had with that negativity, did it affect your health, your relationships? What did it do for your life at that time?
I would say it definitely affected my relationships and just who I was being in the world. So I never felt like I was calm, and nothing was ever enough.
Right.
So every job I had, I was doing well in my jobs, but I always felt like I was just one shoe fall away from being fired, or I was smoking cigarettes. I was going out all the time. I was never home. I was never peaceful. I was just a person that was always running. That's what I would describe it as.
So it sounded like there was some built-in, if I could use that term, fear that you yourself sort of cultivate in yourself. But you have any idea what sort of caused that?
Well, looking back, I would say at that time too, I felt what I would describe to anybody, and a lot of people probably still deal with this, or younger people may have this. I had sort of an emptiness.
Okay.
What I look at was a spiritual emptiness. So I was raised Catholic, I went to church, I ended up teaching CCD, I was very spiritual, and I was involved in that religion. But through my 20s, I stopped feeling any connection to that religion or to that, what I was doing. I was still teaching CCD classes, but I wasn't connected with it. So I started a search for meaning and connection spiritually. My father was friends with a few priests. I went to meet with priests. I studied all world religions. But through that, I still felt no spiritual connection. And that is really what I was seeking.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was in my early 30s that I finally
found it. So you had that fear and you had that emptiness within you. So you were looking for something, a higher power.
Yes.
Something to help you.
Yes.
And you know, that happens, especially teenage, college years, when we leave home, you know, life changes, is a lot of things going on. So, but the thing is, you didn't stay there. You went on a search to improve that situation. And you know, you didn't like the feeling that you had, that emptiness, that lack of spirituality. So tell us a little bit about your search and, you know, what experiences you had.
So I studied world religions.
Yeah.
I met with priests, I met with Christians, I met with a lot of different people. And then I sort of just let it go. I stopped the search and I sort of became, I was okay. I mean, I still had that negativity running me all the time and I was still racing and running, but it wasn't, I had settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I met my husband, I started dating him. And his mother actually gave me a gift certificate to go have a Reiki session with this woman named Leslie Kane, who I still love to this day. She's still out there practicing. And I went to Leslie's house. I had no understanding of what I was doing. I just was going to have, I thought she was a psychic that was going to give me a reading and tell me if I was going to marry my husband. So
that's what you went for.
Yes,
that was your purpose.
Exactly. So I went to the Reiki session, and the first time in my life ever did I feel, this was the very first time I felt calm, peaceful, and that I was connected again. I felt this spiritual connection. I felt like my intuition opened up. It was like an awakening is what I call it.
Yeah.
So then from there, I started seeing Leslie probably every 2 weeks for 3 years. I studied with her. I studied anything I could get my hands on around spirituality. But in those years previous to that, I was also doing a lot of self-help work. I was always learning the latest thing. And I still had this part of me that was always positive and always wanted to break free from where I was.
Yeah.
So it was a journey of self is what I call it.
Yeah. But the thing is, you were searching for that. So you didn't sit down and, you know, you didn't have a pity party. No. At least not for long.
Right.
And you wanted to get out of that. So in that search, your future mother-in-law gave you a gift certificate that changed your life.
Yes.
You could say 360 degrees from talking
Absolutely.
to you. Yeah.
That was the catalyst for sure.
Yeah, that was a catalyst. So you never know what it's going to be, but you have to be on that search, you know, for betterment. And you have that feeling that you want something better. It's not that you're not satisfied and you're not in gratitude, but you know deep down that gut feeling, that intuition, that you could do better.
Exactly.
And there's something better out there. And that's what you found when you met with Leslie.
Absolutely.
And you know, what I call people like your mother-in-law is like angels that come. You don't look at it that way, but when I reflect on some of my life experiences, I was like, these were angels who had, you know, came to guide me in the right path.
Absolutely.
So it looks simple, a gift certificate. Was it for Christmas or your birthday or something?
I think it was my birthday.
Yeah. So it, you know, a simple Christmas birthday gift, sorry. Yeah. And, you know, it changed your whole life, so to speak. You found what you were looking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, she truly, I had just recently wrote her a letter and told her that she definitely changed my life and allowed me to be who I am in this family. So my husband accepts and supports my every move. My in-laws do. So I'm very, very fortunate in those ways.
Your mother-in-law was into Reiki, or she just gave you that gift?
She is. She is.
So she knew the effect, and she saw probably the need.
Yeah.
that it will help you, and
Yeah,
it did.
did.
So
Did.
that's good. So
Yeah.
so you still see Leslie, or
I
you
don't.
you
No, I don't.
because- yeah.
But I mean, I might see her around some
Yeah,
at different
yeah,
places that we
yeah.
both will be, but I don't see her as a client anymore.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
see
because
her.
she moved too. So
Yeah.
she moved down to the Cape, and then I was very busy studying all of these things myself and learning all this, and kind of.
So you get
moving in that
certified through her, or you went to another training course?
I did do some Reiki with Leslie. I did I think it was 1 and 2, and then I did 3 and master with somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So in addition to the Reiki, you did some self-development in terms of reading, and tell us
Yes.
a little bit about some of the things you read and what effect it had on you.
Okay, there's so many books out there that I've
Yeah.
read. That's the thing I would like to say to the audience
Yeah.
is my catalyst was Reiki. That's what that shifted me and really brought me back to myself and helped me go deeper into my spiritual experience. But for anybody, it doesn't have to be a Reiki experience. You can just start on your own, looking for books that speak to you, looking for programs, shows, videos, authors, anything out there that can really speak to you. You've got a great selection of books here, Alex, that can really help somebody open up.
Yeah.
The one book I always love and always recommend is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. It's
Yeah,
a great
Louise.
starting point for anyone.
Yeah, she went through a tough time. I read
Yes.
some of her stuff. Yeah, and the thing is, there's so much material out there. You know, first thing people might say, the pushback is, you know, I don't have the money to invest.
Right.
But in this time, you know, with technology, there's so many free things, so to speak,
Yeah.
like on YouTube and different places that you could download. I mean, Les Brown, I look at a lot of his stuff, although I have his tapes and CDs. I still go to YouTube and look at some of his things on YouTube, you know, Tony Robbins,
Tony
different
Robbins,
things,
love.
you know, and even music. I was telling my wife last week, I said, look, growing up, it was so different. And I grew up in the days of the LPs and 45s when you had to put it with the needles. I said, now on your phone, I could just listen to Al Green or, you know,
Yes.
or anybody, Stevie Wonder. And we have so much, you know, access just on our fingertips. So I
We
don't
do.
think there's any excuse to say, well, okay,
No.
I can't go to Barnes and Nobles and buy all this stuff, or I can't sign up for a big 3-day seminar. You could start somewhere. And once you start and you have that commitment, you know, I believe, and I've seen this, I've experienced this, the universe moves. The universe moves to make sure you succeed. And I see that in your case. You were looking, you were searching, and your mother-in-law, you know, she was the one to give you that gift certificate, and it
Yes.
changed things for you. It changed things for you. So was there
Definitely.
anything else you used to help you on your path, or was it just a Reiki? and
There's
the-
pretty much nothing I haven't done, Alex.
Yeah.
I've done it all. So,
If you remember anything you
Yeah.
want to share. Yeah.
well, what I want to say to the audience also
Yeah.
is that sometimes people don't understand or realize how incredibly simple a shift can be.
Yeah.
You know, my journey took me the long way around, I think. I already had, like, as I said, this positive part of myself that was always there. So it wasn't like I was, you know, in a bad state, but I wasn't in the place I am now. I
Right.
now have such a firm belief in a whole different way of being in the world, which I feel is so much better, you know, being in this place now. But for anybody that's watching, you can start with a book. You can start with something like we already said, a YouTube video,
Yeah.
anything to get you to see that just shifting your thoughts and having a practice of gratitude can make your life so much
Yeah.
better. Just simple.
Yeah, simple, and gratitude is key. You know, I tell my coaching clients this, I emphasize this when I speak. I wrote a chapter of it in my book, is gratitude is key, and I combine gratitude and forgiveness. You can't just be grateful and you not forgiving people and yourself.
Right.
And you know, I told someone this week that forgiveness is free. It doesn't cost us anything to
Right.
forgive, but the rewards are so much, you know, so much benefit to us personally.
Right.
You know, because if you know, like I had one client, I always remember the story, and she was, you know, angry at her dad, you know, growing up, certain things, you know, and she was keeping that resentment. And I asked her, I said, how your dad feel about it? She said, well, he's been dead 16 years. So I said, well, I'll ask you again. how do you think he feel about it? She said, well, he doesn't feel anything. I said, okay. And how you feel? She said, it's keeping me back.
Yeah.
And once she released him, her mom and whoever, her whole life opened up, you know. And she told me, she said, I didn't come to you for this. I came to you to coach me to build my own business. But I said, that was what was holding you back.
Right.
And now she talk about experiencing miracles after miracles. So that's a good point you bring up. Be in gratitude for what you have. It's not that you're ungrateful. And your desires will come true where you want to go. You want to go to the other level. And that's our human nature, to always want the best, you know, or better, I should say. But we have to be in gratitude. It's such a big key. Gratitude is key, and forgiveness, once you combine that,
Right.
It's really great. So
You just said too that kindness doesn't cost a thing. It's free.
Yeah.
And kindness is what, I mean, it's not, excuse me, not kindness, forgiveness.
yeah.
And that is what will set you free.
That's
So
what will set you free.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Because, you know, someone was, you know, there's this quote, I don't remember who said it, but it's, you know, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and hoping the other person
Right.
gonna die. And, you know, I tell people this all the time. The people who you hold in hate or resentment towards, how is it affecting them? They don't even know. Some of the people don't even know you have these problems.
Exactly.
And you only hurting yourself. So with gratitude, you want to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive the other people. And by that, that doesn't mean you always have to go to the person. You could sit down, meditate, sit down in your house or a room or a corner and forgive them, you know, on your own, and release it. Take that weight off your shoulder, and so much more will open up.
Absolutely.
So for you, you had that fear, you were looking for, you know, there was a spiritual void, so to speak, and you were searching and it came.
Yes.
And it opened up with a Reiki. And, you know, like you said, that's a good point, that you had that positive attitude within you, but something was holding it back. It was the fear, you know, it was you know, that emptiness. And once those came into place, everything just blossomed for you, right? So now you're doing you do Reiki. You have a practice. You coaching. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
So I have what I call a holistic healing practice, which I do a variety of things. I do counseling. I have a lot of, you know, I have a doctoral degree in a certain kind of counseling that helps you get right to the root. It's called core counseling, so we do that. I teach meditation, I do speaking on stress, wellness. I do a variety of things. I have a lot of tools that I've learned myself, and I see what people need, and we incorporate whatever tools those may be to each person individually.
Yeah. So you go around, or you have an office?
I have an office in Stoughton.
In Stoughton, so.
And for my speaking, I do travel. So wherever I'm needed, I will travel to that place.
So now you at a point where you're giving back. You're giving back in terms of your speaking, in terms of your coaching, in terms of your healing.
Yes.
So you've come full circle, so to speak, right? And addressing people who might have had not the same fears, but fear, you know, they're lacking in some sort of spirituality, and you fill in that void, you fill in that space, so to speak. So that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Yeah. And your husband involved in the No, he's not. But he's supportive.
Absolutely supportive of anything I want to do. So I'm grateful.
Yeah. That's good. So who else you have anybody else that works with you, or you work on your own?
No, I work on my own.
Yeah. And you have a TV show too. Tell us about your TV show.
Our TV show is called The Good View, and I do it with my friend Dr. Mary Connors. We're in Easton. And we interview people similar to you who are doing positive things in the community, in their lives, entrepreneurs, people who want to make a difference and want to make the world positive.
Right.
And also living with intention. People who are living with intention and want to help others do the same.
Right. So you've come a long way, so to speak, from you know, that emptiness. You got into Reiki, into you know, you read a lot of books. And I'm sure you went to a lot of seminars, training. Many.
Yes, Tony Robbins.
I've been through the same sort of thing. And it all helps. It all helps, and you have to keep consistent and persistent. And,
Can I just add to
sure,
that? This
yeah.
is perfect that you brought that up. I just went to Kripalu for a
Yeah.
3-day yoga retreat on my own. I do it every year in January. Everything I've learned, everything that I've gained from other people is wonderful, but it really has to come from you within. You
yeah.
have to connect back to yourself.
Right.
No matter what you hear and learn from others, it has to sit right with you.
Yeah.
So you have to just be in connection and presence with yourself.
Yeah, so we use all that training, the seminars we go to, the reading, whatever, and it has to come out, from our heart, so to speak. So it's
Yes.
the JoAnne Young stamp on it, so to
Yes.
speak. And that's what make it unique. That's what make it unique. When you work with your clients,
So
you
true.
you come in from that perspective. So it's not like you take some seminar you went to and you just sort of regurgitate it. You
Exactly.
combine it with your experience and your purpose and what you want to do, and that's how you affect lives, and that's how you transform lives.
Right.
But I should say, more importantly, empower people to transform their lives.
Right.
Because like you said earlier, you have to do it. You could have all this information, all these resources, but if you don't use it, if you don't take action, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
So that's pretty good story. And what's amazing is where you are now in terms of, I know you have a lot of, I should have introduced you as Dr. JoAnne Young.
Oh, no, it's okay. I don't call myself
Yeah, I
that,
know.
so it's okay.
But, all these qualifications,
Yeah.
you're at this space. What I've seen with you since I met you is this peace and calm.
Oh, thank you.
And you exude this sort of joy, and the people around you, Siobhan and Aaron and Alain will, they will attest to that.
Thank
So
you.
that's pretty
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
bring that energy and you could transfer it to your clients or the people you speak to. So it's helping, it's giving back. And that's what Live Your Passion is about, and,
Right.
what you were saying, that people should live their dreams. And that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to share with the audience? Anything you thought about that we didn't talk about?
There's one thing I want to share. I'm going to make a quick video myself about this that I just picked it
Yeah.
up again. It's been over and over that I've
Yeah.
heard this. What a great place for anyone to start is meditation. Just calming your mind, calming your body for 10 minutes a day. When I just went to Kripalu, I went to a class on mindfulness and they talked about that. I've heard it a million times, the 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I was doing it 10 minutes. Then I just happened to watch a video from one of the life coaches that I follow, Cheryl Richardson, and she's, one of her main things, her first point was 10 minutes. So if you can take 10 minutes,
Right.
there's a free app called Calm, C-A-L-M, that you can get on your phone, and it times it. You can just sit quietly and breathe for 10 minutes. Connecting with yourself, that's my best tip for right now, to just feeling yourself being calm and reconnecting to all that you are can
Yeah.
really help you in so many ways.
Yeah, I know my holistic doctor told me once, he said, you're looking for all these answers outside,
Right.
and the answer is inside of you.
That's it.
And that's how you get it, is when you calm yourself, when you sit down and you listen. And it takes a little time, because I know when I now started, it was hard. There's all these things
Absolutely.
going on in
And
your head.
that's normal.
Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
normal.
Yeah.
But the way you get rid of it is like anything else that we learn, is that it comes with practice. And but the good thing is, once you get it, you get used to it. It's like brushing your teeth. You have to
Yes.
do it. You want to do it.
Absolutely.
So the key is to start. The key is to start.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share?
No,
Me
I
too?
think I'll
That's
leave it
about
with that. I
Yeah.
think we talked
So
a
I
lot.
mean, this has been a great segment.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you
And
for having me.
with sharing where you were, the things you went through, and how you overcame them. And things that look simple, like a gift card for your
Yeah.
birthday, could change your life.
That's right.
You never know. And as you're talking, I was thinking, so I got a gift card for my birthday. 3 people, we celebrate our birthdays for before Christmas. And, sometimes you put these things aside, you don't use it. But in your case, it was just life-changing.
Yeah.
So you
Sure
never know.
was.
You just got to make the commitment, go out there, and angels going to come. People will come who will
Yes.
guide you and help you.
That's right.
And the biggest part of your story is where you are now with your TV show, you're speaking, you're coaching, and you're giving back.
Yeah.
You know, and you have your business. What's the name of your business?
Just JoAnne Woods Young.
JoAnne Woods.
I just kind of call it my name.
JoAnne Woods Young. So if people want to reach you, what's the best way for them to reach you?
You can check out my website, which is JoAnne Woods Young. I see it right on the screen there.
Yeah.
And there's my email as well, so that's perfect.
Yeah, okay. So that's good. Well, thanks so much for coming and gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me,
Really
Alex.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And what I like to do is present my guests with our first book, Courage in Our Hearts, A Family's Love Story. It was written by me, my wife, and our son Larry and daughter Charisma. And this is your autograph copy.
Thank you so much. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. And what I like to do in the show is, you know, read the quote of the day. Oh, I remember, I forgot we in the beginning of the year. I was going to the and today's quote is, I am realistic. I expect miracles. Wayne W. Dyer.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So this is from my book, Inspirational Life Quotes, a collection for your daily motivation, a compilation that I made. And I have a couple other books. This is IP Goals Made Easy. And Discover Your Inner Treasure is an action guide to Courage in Our Hearts, which could be used independently or with the book. So thanks again for coming. I really appreciate it. It was a great segment. And again, I'm your host, Alex Stephen from Life Transforming Treasures. My website is alexstephen.com. And see you next time on Live Your Passion.
The preceding was a production of Medfield TV.